Are we live?
Oh, we are live. It's a little dark, but
it is. But
it's all right. Shalom, family.
Shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
I used to be able to snap real loud. Oh, I still got a little bit. See, that's what I used to rock like that.
It's the snaps, okay? It's the snaps today. Shalom, family. Welcome. We want to welcome everybody to
Story time. Story time. Story time.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, sir. If you don't know who I am, I'm Bonnie G in a place to be. Hey. And like I always say, wherever the Ruach is, your girl just want to be in the building, present, okay? Call my name so I can tell you she is here. Present, okay? And y'all should all know who is the lady. Who's that lady?
What you know about that song, girl?
Y'all should all know who's that lady next to me, okay, on the left side of me. She is, and y'all know I don't want no cheerleaders. Nothing against them, but they just don't season the clap. Just it's not the same. All right, but you know she is none other than Auntie Shelly on the beat.
But
just let me sit in it. Let me sit in this.
She has no sense.
It was the bump for me. Listen, that's why we no longer do it for ourselves. We do this thing for the community. # community minded. Yes. Welcome, y'all. I can't welcome you enough. But like always, y'all know that we're going to hit you with the scripture before we start story time. I like to go, now there's plenty of books and everybody got heck of chapters, but this one book, I love it. And I never seem to get past the first chapter because the first one just would have you. It would just have you.
Yeah, none of us can. It just gets you.
Yeah, it gets you. You don't even want to go further. Absolutely. You don't want to go further than that first chapter. If you would follow me to Jude 1, the first chapter, don't go to nothing else. Yeah, I'm going to be using my C0ryTim3 app tonight because I feel like they might come and give me names, okay?
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to need some help tonight. I don't know. I didn't look ahead. I'm just guessing. I might get hit with some names tonight. But nevertheless, follow me with Jude. Please don't go to the next chapter. All right. Jude 24, it says, now unto him that is able to keep you from falling. That will preach all by himself.
Right.
And to present you faultless before the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. To the only wise Elohim, our Savior, be glory and majesty, dominion and power, both now and ever. Amen. See, I told you. You don't even want to go to no next chapter.
Stay there.
You just want to stay there.
It's all the power and glory right there.
That's it. Stay there.
Elohim.
What chapter 2? Okay? You don't even need it.
Don't need chapter 2.
That's Jude. Jude was it. Excuse me as I'm going to get real close to you real quick. Just let me pin this real quick. Please be sure to like and subscribe to this channel. We appreciate it if you do, and share it on your social platforms if you can. If you can't, no love is lost. You already know it. Now, for the people that's not in the chat, I would love for you to be in the chat, but I get it. But listen, if our reading sounds a little different to you, that's because it is. Don't worry. It's only because we are reading from the C0ryTim3 Bible, okay? So we purchased this book on C0ryTim3.net. You're not going to find it on .com. Trust me, I tried it. But listen, I'm just leading you to the straight way so you don't get disappointed. Use the C0ryTim3.net. And use your story time discount, okay? 10% is what?
10%.
It is what it is until it's not. 10% is 10%.
10%.
Get you a book, discount it, okay? Now, listen, I ain't trying to be in your pockets. If you want to pay full price, bless you. I'd rather not.
Said no Hebrew ever.
Right. The price is not the price when it comes to that discount, okay? Nevertheless, Auntie Shelly on the beat. But give us that recap. I know. And chapter, girl.
We'll do a quick recap. It's
scoot over next to me.
So, Pharaoh, we all know he was mean. He put the kids in the building with the brick, and then he got sick.
Yes, he did.
And so his little spooky man, Balaam and all them, talking about you need the blood of the Hebrew children. So they would go in and kill a child every day, put it on him. Even though he was doing that for how long? Was it 10 years?
No, it was a year, a little over a year.
Yeah, a little over, yeah, because they took 300 and something.
74 days
yeah.
or something like that. It's a little over a year.
Even though you see it ain't working, you still taking the blood of them children, putting it on your body.
Evil. Snatching them from the mother breast. I'm breastfeeding. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And then when the people of Yisrael started to rebel a little bit, like, look, this is getting a little bit too much, he decides he gonna get up and go ride down there like, oh, they heard I was sick, so they slacking off. But he got caught in a narrow passageway. His chariot falls over, his horse falls on him, breaking all his bones, skin coming off. They had to carry him back, put him in his bed. And of course, his flesh is rotten. Egypt is in the middle of the desert. It's hot. You stink. He had to pick one of his sons to take over. And his name, was it Anakim?
Yep.
So he chose Anakim, who's not the firstborn, who's the secondborn, because the firstborn was an idiot and basically
his daddy called him that.
So. That's what his daddy called him. He wasn't wise enough to rule, but the second son, who was only a cubit and a span, we're gonna give him a span.
Give him a span, please.
Cubit and a span, which means he's a little guy. He's a dwarf. He's a little dwarf, and his feet. His beard touched his feet, and he's described as extremely ugly, but he's capable of running a kingdom. But he was more mean than his father.
Yes.
He's more mean. So he's doing that with the children too, but there was like you could hear the children crying inside the walls.
Yes, at least with his father, you didn't hear the kids crying.
Yeah.
And then they would
so that means he wasn't even killing them, And I think some of them even went back to kind of like try to save them, but by the time they were dead. And they over there crying, and for their children, they could hear them crying inside the wall. Just mean, evil.
No words.
Evil things. Meanwhile, while this is going on, the kingdom of Cush, where Moshe was ruling, we all know the woman did what she did. They made her son king. And we saw yesterday that Moses said, okay, I'm out of here. I knew this was temporary anyway. So now Moshe is at Ruel's house. And remember, Ruel used to work for Pharaoh. Pharaoh kicked him out.
Yes.
But when Ruel left, remember, he had a stick, Joseph's stick or staff. So now, but Ruel hears that, oh, wait, you just came from the Egyptians? Are they trying to kill you?
Yeah.
So he puts him in prison. So right now, Moshe is in prison. Ruel has him in prison.
10 years.
Anakim is ruling in Egypt because the other Pharaoh died. So now the little evil dwarf, ugly dwarf is ruling. I'm just saying that's what the word said.
But it was ugly, but he said ugly ain't got nothing on my evilness.
Yes, that's
ugly ain't gonna stop him.
That's what the scripture says. He's described as extremely ugly, which means you got extremely ugly means you're not only just ugly, but your inside is so ugly.
Absolutely,
it's showing on the outside.
Absolutely, you're just hard to look at.
Yeah, no one wants to be around you. You're just you're evil.
Yeah.
And I think that's because he made he made their work even harder for them.
Yes. So they thought that he was going to be a lighter load.
Yeah, they thought
when his daddy died.
Yeah.
But boy.
Because remember, their dad even gave them the Shabbat.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, when Moshe went and asked for it.
They sure did.
He even gave them the Shabbat.
Had a Shabbat. Yeah. So now, y'all, it's gonna be crazy. So let's put Moses. We know we're gonna have two steel frames. Okay, we know one frame, he's at the mountain looking at the burning bush
from Exodus.
From Exodus. And then the second frame, we're going to have him in Ruel's house. So we're all in prison. So while all of this is going on, Moses is in prison. Okay. That's it. So 2 still frames.
And and Pharaoh is doing evil to the second set of children.
To the second set. So let's keep them at. Oh man, this is good. All right. So we are going to start. Oh wow, we in the middle. 77, chapter 77, and I have it at 25th.
I ain't got it.
Oh no, because I started. Remember, I said, and Elohim remembered that story time because I had pointed it up right there. Yeah. So I'll do a favor, and we're gonna go to 76, verse 21.
77.
Yes. Auntie Linda says his inner matched his outer. Absolutely. Bring in your comments, y'all, because I promise you this is a platform where we all be learning together. All right. And I'm going to start reading. And the labor imposed upon the children of Yasharel in the days of Adakim exceeded in the hardship that which they performed in the days of his father. And the children of Yasharel sighed every day on account of their heavy work, for they had said to themselves, behold, when Pharaoh shall die, his son will rise up and lighten up our work.
Yep, they thought.
You thought. But they increased the latter work more than the former. And the children of Yasharel sighed at this, and their cry acceded to Elohim on account of their labor.
I wonder if they thought the idiot was going to take over.
I just think they just thought somebody else is going to take over. Yeah,
because remember, he wasn't as smart.
He wasn't.
He probably was more easily manipulated.
Probably.
Yeah, but he ain't the one that took over.
Chosen. He didn't get chosen. And Elohim heard the voice of the children of Yasharel and their cry. In those days, Elohim remembered to them his covenant which he had made with Abraham, Yitzhak, and Jacob, or Yaakov. Listen.
Covenant about to march in.
It's about to come through. Okay. Listen, somebody's about to understand the assignment.
Yep.
Okay. When we are being treated injustice, to me, this just says keep telling the Most High. Keep crying out to the Most High.
Be in obedience and keep crying out. Because remember, at first they wasn't listening to Levi.
Absolutely.
So I think I have a feeling they started listening to him.
Maybe. I hope so. We are in Auntie Cousin. We are in 77, chapter 77, and we are going to verse 25. So I'll give you a minute so you can get there. But yeah, keep crying out. Don't get distracted. Don't let these people get you rattled up in your emotions. Cry out to the Most High Yah. All right. All right. Verse 25. And Elohim saw the burden of the children of Yasharel and their heavy work in those days, and he determined to deliver them.
It's time. He determined, like, it's gonna happen.
He's like, okay, I'm about to deliver them.
I love that. Time now. It's deliverance.
So now it's just a matter of when.
Yeah.
He's going to do it. Now it's going to be a matter of when.
Because remember, he's already started working.
Yes,
he's already started putting plagues and all that.
People,
on Pharaoh.
Dropping horses on folks. He already doing it. All right, and 26. And Moshe, the son of Aram, was still confined in the dungeon in those days, in the house of Ruel the Midian. And Zipporah, the daughter of Ruel, did support him with food secretly day by day. It's always a ram in the bush.
She feeding him. Yep. Because she sees something good. Like, she probably like, Pops, why you tripping?
Right.
Why you got him? You just told Pharaoh to let the people go. Leave him alone. Let him go back home. And now you scared of some Egyptians and you got Moshe in prison?
Yes. And then something probably told her spirit, no, you make sure that he eats. You make sure you feed him.
Yep.
And Moshe was confined in the dungeon in the house of Ruel for 10 years. And at the end of 10 years, which was the first year of the reign of Pharaoh over Mitzrayim, in the place of his father, Zipporah said to her father Ruel, no person inquires or seeks after the Hebrew man, whom you did bind in prison now 10 years. Now, therefore, it seems good in your sight. Let us send and see whether he is living or dead. But her father knew not that she had supported him.
She like, look, Pops, ain't nobody came for that Hebrew man in 10 years. You better go see what's up with him, because she knew she was feeding him.
Yep.
But the dad didn't.
Listen, I love that.
See, that's that stealth mode. Come on, Sephora.
Everybody ain't got to know what you're doing.
Everybody. Matter of fact, tell no one.
Exactly.
Because somebody would have went back.
You ain't got to be like, hey, y'all, I just dropped off a pack of bologna to the homeless.
Yeah.
And craft singles.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody got to know, even if that was all you had to give. Don't nobody have to know.
Everybody don't
just
have to
be
know
stealth mode. Be the ram in the bush.
Mm-hmm.
When he call you to do something, just do it.
Yep.
All right. Let me see. Now therefore, oh no. And verse 31. And Ruel, her father, answered and said to her, has ever such a thing happened that a man should be shut up in prison without food for 10 years and that he should live?
That means you had nobody even going to look after him. You had
no intentions.
Yeah.
You wanted him dead.
Yeah. You were going to make sure that nobody came for you after him.
Absolutely.
And if they came for him, you're going to say, he in there. I
don't know how he's doing.
Years. Oh, well.
You know what, Cousin James?
Oh, no. What did he say?
Cousin James, he went on and said something special about a woman that will feed you. And then Dwayne backed it up and said, well. And Auntie Cousin she says, James, you look the words right out of your... you took. Okay, one accord.
Oh, right? Because I was getting ready to say, what? I thought she was going to say, stop.
Be ye a couple then.
Whole couple.
Right?
Defending each other.
It's okay. Well, listen, if it tickle your spirit, okay? It tickles mine. I tell you that. Feed them then. I didn't forgot where I... Listen, where are we?
32.
32. And Support answered her father, because now I got Auntie Shishi in mind, saying, surely you have heard that the Elohim of the Hebrews is great and awful, and does wonders for them at all times. He it was who delivered Abraham from Ur. Come on and know our history. Of the Chasdeim, and Yitzhak from the sword of his father, and Yaakov from the angel of Yahuwah who wrestled with him at the ford of Yabok. Also with this man has he done many things. He delivered him from the river of Mitzrayim, and from the sword of Pharaoh, and from the children of Cush. So also can he deliver him from famine and make him live.
And she knows her dad knows that history too, because he just ran it down to Pharaoh.
He sure did.
He just ran it down to Pharaoh. And then got scared just that quick. And he might have been thinking because Moshe grew up Egyptian that he ain't really covered under you. Maybe he's thinking all that. I don't know. But yeah, he got scared all of a sudden. But you told Pharaoh to his face, leave him alone.
You sure did.
Leave those Hebrews alone.
You don't want no smoke with them Hebrews. 35. And the thing seemed good in the sight of Ruel, and he did according to the word of his daughter, and sent to the dungeon to ascertain what became. Ascertain. Okay. To ascertain.
Ascertain.
There you go. What became of Moshe? So he didn't even look for himself. That's kind of cool.
Because he probably was thinking,
I don't want to see that body. Yeah.
It probably stank and
bones and all of that, maggots. All right. And he saw, and behold, the man Moshe was living in the dungeon, standing upon his feet, praising and praying to the Elohim of his ancestors. And Ruel commanded Moshe to be brought out of the dungeon. So they shaved him, and he changed his prison garments and ate bread. And afterwards, Moshe went into the garden of Ruel, which was behind the house, and there prayed to Yahuwah Eloheinu, who had done mighty wonders for him. And it was that while he prayed, he looked opposite to him. That's me looking to the opposite. I don't know if y'all get into character, but He looked opposite to him. Somebody should look the other way. And behold, a sapphire stick was placed in the ground, which was planted in the midst of the garden. Anybody want to guess who? I mean, because Auntie Shelley didn't give y'all all the answers. But if you remember, anybody want to guess who sapphire stick this is in the ground?
Why is there a sapphire stick in the ground? Who put sapphire in the ground? Who does that? Whole stick in the ground.
Whose stick does this belong to?
I told y'all to remember. Oh, I told y'all to remember.
That's right.
Who answered?
Yes. No, Auntie Shishi. It's Joseph's. That's right. Yep. Jacob, Joseph. Yep. We got Joseph.
And Ruel left.
He left.
Egypt with
Ruel took
Joseph's
it and left.
Yeah, took Joseph's stick.
And he bounced.
Bounced?
Wait, so he put the stick in the ground, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's in his garden. It's in Ruel's garden.
Was it in cement or something? Because nobody else could pull it out.
Excuse you?
Well, first off, we're not even there. You didn't hear that.
I don't think they did.
Mm-mm.
I'm like, can't be.
Somebody cheated.
Right. Oh my God. Oh, he overshadowed us. Okay. He gonna say Yahuwah stick.
Yeah, that's true, because from the beginning.
Can you wait till we get there?
I mean, I just said, we know who gave him the stick.
Yeah. We just want to know how to.
And as always, your Hebrew brother said, speak, Abram.
Of course.
Okay, so let's get into it. Thank you, Father. Verse 40. And he approached the stick, and he looked, and behold, the name of Yahuwah Elohim Sabaoth was engraved thereon, written and developed upon the stick.
Whoever name on the stick,
it belongs to.
That's who the stick belonged to.
Okay, so let me rewind that back, because I was with everybody. Okay, I was with Joseph. I was with Joseph. Joseph just had the stick. Okay, plot twist: the stick belonged to Yahuwah Eloheinu.
Yes. That's his sapphire stick.
Because
don't.
No. Wait. So
I'm
not gonna say it. But are they gonna talk about it later, right?
We don't know.
We'll see.
Okay.
I think I know where you're going with it too.
Yeah.
But don't you do it.
No.
Okay.
You either, Moray.
Right. Listen, Ash.
Y'all on silence.
No, Dwayne said, speak, Abram. No. Abram be getting out Abram be giving out the answers and stuff. Your day ain't till Wednesday or next Wednesday.
Him and Moray silence.
Ashley, listen, I switched my answer too. It's Yahuwah stick.
I mean, it got his name on it. Now we know who belongs. Got his name on it.
And what's that Disney movie cartoon?
Sword in the Stone.
Where they get it from?
And remember, the stick is sapphire. It ain't a stick from a tree. It's a sapphire stick.
Yes. So now y'all see where they got it. Cha-ching.
You just told them.
No, I didn't even ask.
We're talking about Disney. We're Disney.
Yeah.
But then let's give hints though.
No, it wasn't proposed as a question. I wasn't waiting for nobody to give me the answer. It's all right, sir. Your day is coming next week. You're gonna be here. Get him.
41.
And he read it and stretched forth his hand, and he plucked it like a forest tree from the thicket, and the stick was in his hand. 10 years, this stick, maybe more than 10 years. This stick has
because he writing in Kush for how long?
40 years.
40 years.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So 50 years.
He left before he was born, I think.
Yeah, so this oh my God.
It's been sticking in there.
It's been years, generations. This stick's been in here. All right. And this is the stick with which all the works of our Elohim were performed. I knew you was going there, but that's why we told you not to say nothing. After he had created heaven and earth, and all the hosts of them, seas, rivers, and all their fish. So y'all know what we just read?
Let that sink in. Let that sink in. When
Yes.
Yahuwah said, "Let there be,"
He used the sapphire.
this stick is in his hand.
He probably didn't point it at. He just had it in his hand.
Mm-hmm. And y'all, I know y'all seen that Disney movie, the Mickey Mouse thing. When they trying to copy that. That's that Hollywood. That's that fake Hollywood. They're creating their own world.
Fantasia.
Is that what it's called? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not the singer.
Oh, okay. Okay. I'm a little slow. Y'all know that. I was like, Fantasia. Oh.
Can just but let that soak in. Yahuwah has held the stick.
And now he trusts you to give the stick to you.
And now you got it in your hand.
Sapphire. Just that goes on to remind us too. Sapphire, like the table of the commandments. Because tablets.
Yep.
Yeah, you're right. That says tablets. I'm from a distance though. I'm trying to read.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. So we were told it was
got
concrete.
there yet either in Exodus, but
yep.
Now everybody gonna know. Yeah, we were just told it was like stone.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get sapphire is a stone, but come on.
Listen, they showed us concrete though.
Yeah.
They didn't even show us stone.
They showed us rocks.
Yeah,
there you go.
because you can say stone and say, well, I didn't lie. It was a stone, but it showed me a picture of something completely different, but you lied.
You lied.
If you know the truth.
Mm-hmm. That movie Shazam had the black man with the stick.
Oh.
Didn't really notice that. Okay. Listen, vibing with Ash, her mind is just blown. Okay. That's where they get magic stick. Let me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Oh, I didn't make that connection. Yep. That's that fake magic. I mean, it's magic, whereas Yahoo is not magic.
Yeah.
His is just let there be some fish.
Yes. Yes. And I think he just had the thing and he just spoke it.
Yeah, because it's like a conductor.
Yes.
It's like I'm conducting an orchestra, or I'm conducting the creation. You get over here.
And there's something about that. It got to be something about the sapphire.
Yes.
Yes. I'm sure there is. Yeah. Yeah, so just because a conductor has a stick and they control the orchestra.
Wow.
Even though I still don't even get what the conductor is doing.
I don't either. He's just making them sound real good. That's what he's doing.
Yeah, and I used to take music and play the thingy.
Okay.
I think he keep him on beat, like when he do the thing.
Yeah,
like he's doing it to
the tempo.
Yeah, because I used to be so busy looking at the music, I wasn't paying attention to the teacher going this. I'm like, what?
I can't think like that. I can't. You either play. Yeah, that's great point. A conductor. You either have me to play or you have me to look. I can't give you all that. That's too much.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. Where we at?
43.
All right. And Elohim had driven Adam from the Garden of Eden. He took the stick in his hand and went and tilled the ground from which he was taken.
It's now telling you, follow the stick. We're about to follow the stick. It's in Yahuwah's hands at creation.
Yes.
He gives it to Adam to till the ground with after he is kicked out of the garden. Follow the stick. Right now we are following the stick.
Go ahead.
That's crazy because you don't even really trip off of that part.
No.
How he gives it to him to till the ground
because
there wasn't no seeds yet.
That's very true.
It wasn't no seeds until the first
because
and the first plants were planted, and then the seeds formed.
And remember, Adam at first it wasn't having none of that. Remember, he was like,
Oh wow!
What is all? They had to come teach it. The angel had to come teach him what to do and all that.
Wow, that's crazy.
Wow, wow. And the stick came down to Noah, and was given to Shem and his descendants until it came into the hand of Abraham the Hebrew.
Follow the stick. The stick is given to Noah, which is given to Shem. That means the stick had to go be on the ark. Noah had the stick. It carried on down to Shem that line. Gets to Noah. Noah gives it to Shem.
Wow. And then it says until it came into
and then Abraham had it. The Hebrew.
Wow.
Auntie Linda, she put I wonder where the stick is now.
Okay.
Can we answer
Let's
that?
see.
No?
Well, I mean,
go ahead, take a shot. Oh, okay. She said
You'd only be guessing.
Well, no, but then we read about that. Like fast forward, like when Yahushua is.
No. Let's just see.
Okay.
Never mind.
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
All right. And when Abraham had given all he had to his son Isaac, he also gave to him the stick. Oh,
Because remember, it's now taking you to Mashiach. Isaac is the next in line.
this stick been passed.
Not Ishmael. If it was Ishmael, he would have had the stick. Isaac has the stick, or Yitzhak has the stick.
Wow.
Follow the stick.
That's it. The stick is in the blank. We'll wait on that. Thank you. Thank you. No, he didn't tell it.
I know, but he had to say
he let us know that he know where it is. Wow. I mean, if you guys want to guess, except from Dad and Abram, then you guys can take a guess. Let me see. 46. And Rungi, 46. Oh. And when Yaakov had fled to Padam Aram, he took it into his hand. And when he returned to his father, he had not left it behind him.
So it was with him all that time. He was with Laban and all that.
Yeah.
He had the stick.
Wow.
He had the sapphire stick. So remember when Esau's men came and took everything he had? They didn't get that stick.
Didn't get the stick.
They did not get
they didn't
that
get the
stick.
Sapphire.
They did not get the sapphire stick.
Wow.
And I wonder if they tried to reach for it but couldn't.
They probably
burnt them or something.
Or they couldn't. It's like Thor, right? Can't nobody pick up his hammer but him.
Yeah.
If you're chosen and stuff.
I think it could have been either that or the Most High probably could have like disguised it as like something basic or like made them seem like it was just like a basic stick.
Yeah, and so they didn't even see it. Oh, so Linda, I don't want to read your comment. I don't want to read it.
What she said?
Rungi says, "I'm not guessing. We're gonna find out together."
Did Linda say something crazy?
Nope, she didn't. Nope. I'm not gonna read it because I don't know.
No, what she said?
She said the big V.
So what?
That's why I said I wasn't going to read it.
I didn't know she was trying to answer.
I should. You know what, Auntie Linda?
That's why I put Moray on silence, and now you are too.
Don't be like, what I do? What I do?
All I said was ...
Get me chewing.
Hey, but you put the church emoji though.
With a V.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay. See, that's why I kept saying I wasn't going to say it. Also, when he went down to Mitzrayim, he took it into his hand and gave it to Joseph, one portion above his brethren, for Yaakov had taken it by force from his brother Esau. Oh. Is that when he took the blessing?
That was the blessing. Yeah, I think
he
they're calling that by force. I don't know where that's force, but yeah, I guess so. Yeah, because I guess when he did the blessing, he turned the stick over.
Yep.
Yeah. And because he did the whole switch.
Yep. And after the death of Joseph, the nobles of Mitzrayim came into the house of Joseph, and the stick came into the hand of Reuel, or what do you call him? Reuel, thank you. The Midianite. And when he went out of Mitzrayim, he took it in his hand and planted it in his garden.
So after Joseph did, they went through it. You know how people go through your house. Yes. I'm going to get this and I'm going to get that. And he's like, oh, stick.
And Yah is so intentional because he
knew.
He knew.
And so Reuel gets the stick. But still, who puts a sapphire stick in a garden?
But that's where it started, right? It started with creation.
Yeah, but he don't know that.
But he intentional.
Exactly. It has to be by Yahweh. And he might have just been putting the stick in the dirt, not tripping.
Yeah, he probably was trying to kill it and it got stuck.
Or he just like, let me leave this stick right here. Or
maybe that too.
Maybe he was just, ain't no telling. But he put it in the dirt and
that's crazy.
Maybe he thought he was going to grow sapphires. So.
Maybe. 49. And all the mighty men of the Canaanite tried to pluck it when they endeavored to get Zipporah, his daughter, but they were unsuccessful. So that stick remained planted in the garden of Reuel until he came who had a right to it and took it.
Mm-hmm. So basically, he was saying whoever can pull his stick up can have my daughter, which means Ruel went back to get that stick and couldn't get it out the ground.
Yes.
So you got all these men coming. This is a stick.
I can get that.
Nobody can take it out.
So
sword in the stone.
But you know what's crazy too, though, that like it makes you think of the fact that creation is alive, right?
Right.
And then it's like the soil was holding on to it.
It wasn't gonna let it go.
And it wasn't gonna let it go until
the
rightful person came.
The priest.
The priest
picked it up.
And that is fitting.
Yes. Yes. At this time, yes.
Yes. Oh wow, that's so dope.
So everyone who got passed down to, it was because everybody wasn't a priest. Joseph is not a priest.
Yeah.
But at that time, he's ruling.
Yes.
He's ruling. He's in the because when you think of it, Joseph is ruler. He only answers to one person, Pharaoh.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. And just think, when we are ruling, when we get our rule over whatever, we're going to answer to one person, Mashiach. That's it. Okay, you in charge of this, you in charge of this, but you answer to me.
Right.
So that's how you can think of what's going on at the time and who has the stick.
Okay.
Because now Moshe has a stick. What is he about to do?
Let his people go.
You the deliverer.
Yeah. Because he had already made up his mind.
Yes.
He made up his mind, but he said, I was determined to deliver them.
So it's time. All these people, they done tried to get the stick, because we was like, whoever plucked the stick and has the four. Everybody came, all came back. Can't get it out.
Get it. Dwayne says, now I know where they get the King Arthur story concept
sword
from.
in the stone.
When he was the only one to get the Excalibur.
Okay,
I can't read that.
Excalibur.
Sword out of the rock.
Because he was the rightful king.
Wow. Give us our money, okay?
Cha-ching.
Boy, you owe us so much.
Disney ain't got an original bone in their body. Most of they all in.
But had a spellbound, okay? Had a spellbound to where we didn't know. We just like, oh, that was so good.
Mm-hmm.
Now we'd be like, oh, that was so good, but let me see what chapter that was in.
Yeah, let me tell you how that.
Let me see where that was from.
That's our history.
Now when I watch movies, I'll be like, I wonder what book that's in.
Right. Right.
All right. What we say? What we in?
50.
Oh, okay. So that stick remained planted in the garden of Ruel's until he came who had a right to it and took it. And when Ruel saw the stick in the hand of Moshe, he wondered at it, and he gave him his daughter Zipporah for a woman. Listen, she been holding me down, okay?
Right.
And she listen.
People always like, don't you other women even step to me?
She like,
because when I was in prison,
10 years, I ain't seen no other woman giving me biscuits, okay, and water to drink. She did.
And nobody knew.
Nobody knew.
Or she would have gotten in trouble.
Yeah. And then she read her father's his rights. Like, listen, don't mess with that. You don't know what he did. You don't know who he attached to. See, that's the one, because she ain't a Hebrew. No, she's not.
She's a Shemite, but she is not a Hebrew.
Neither. Yeah. Then what I got to say don't matter, because they serve the same Yah. All right.
Okay.
No, I thought she was from a different nation.
I thought she was a
Hamite. Like a Hamite.
Yeah.
Or no, she's Shem. She's definitely Shem. She's not a Hebrew, but she's definitely Shem.
Gotcha.
Because isn't Ruel a descendant of Ishmael, I believe? If I'm not mistaken.
I wouldn't know that.
Yeah. I know it's one of Shem's kids.
Now, Dad, you can answer that, okay? We take you off pause for that question only. All right, 78. At that time died Baal or Bel Hanan, son of Akbar. It's about time. King of Edom.
I know he's been around.
He's been around. Listen, opportunist, okay? King of Edom, and was buried in his house in the land of Edom. And after his death, the children of Esau sent to the land of Edom and took from there a man who was in Edom, whose name was Hadad, and they made him king over them in the place of Baal Hanan, their king. And Hadad reigned over the children of Edom 48 years.
Because remember, this is tracing our enemies also. So it's tracing the line to Messiah, but in here it's also telling us who our enemy is. Because remember, Esau, although he is Jacob's brother, they didn't trust their own to reign over them, because remember, some of their own betrayed them. So they was like, none of us is going to be king. We're not going to be king over each other. Our king is not going to come from our nation.
Wow.
So they had like Romans and mostly Romans and Greeks and all them. They made them king. So they're giving us now. They're like, this king died.
Wow, that's
Let's
crazy.
go get another one. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Just so you can see that connection, because the normal person will be like, wait a minute, Jacob and Esau are brothers.
Yeah, that's very true.
So if it's between them, where Jacob's children come in? Right here.
Mm. If she's of Ishmael, she is a Hebrew, but not a Yasharella.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought you had to be Hebrew. I thought Yasrael and Hebrew. You had to be a Yasrael to be Hebrew. So I'm just wrong.
Listen, I don't know if you're wrong, right?
Yeah.
All right, ready? And when he reigned, he resolved to fight against the children of Moab, to bring them under the power of the children of Esau, as they were before. But he was not able, because the children of Moab heard this thing, and they rose up and hastened to elect a king over them from amongst their brethren. And they afterwards gathered together a great people and sent to the children of Ammon, their brethren, for help to fight against Hadad, king of Edom. And Hadad heard the thing which the children of Moab had done, and was greatly afraid of them, and refrained from fighting against them.
Now, if I'm not mistaken, what was... Okay, Moab. I think this is the same as Moab. And then you got the Ammonite, because there's two of them. What was the other baby's name? From Lot. From not Lot, yeah. It was two of them from Lot. The daughters. I think one of them was the Ammonites and one of them was the Moabites. Because I know Ruth is a Moabite. And I think that's Moab. And I think this is who they got. One of them to be king. One from...
I'm going to go to Jasher in my secret app, because sometimes the names help.
Because he went to fight against them, but they're connected to Abraham.
It says Moab from her mother fathers. Moab is an incestuous son of Lot, also his territory and descendants.
And what about the other one?
Let me see.
There's two of us, Ammonites, and then it's
Aram?
Amorites. I think this is him.
I
think this is the other son. I think Ammonites is the other son.
There's Moab and Ammon.
Okay, so that's it. So he went and got them when Esau and them tried to come against him. He went and got them, and that's why they won. They defeated Esau.
Gotcha.
They're connected on the right side of it, kind of, if you know what I mean.
Kind of, sort of. I can't even explain it.
So because remember, the covenant is Abraham.
Yes.
Even though we know the big, big, big part of the covenant is Hebrew nation, Yisrael, Messiah. But there is still a blessing in Abraham. Remember, Zepho used it.
Yep, he did.
Abraham, Isaac, but he was not about to say Jacob.
Yeah,
so as long as he came in contact with anybody else that wasn't from Jacob, he was winning.
Yes.
You went against Jacob,
you lost.
You lost.
Gotcha.
So Esau decides they want to go after Moab. Moab said, oh, you want this smoke, and beat him because you're connected to Abraham. So is Esau, but you ain't calling on him.
Got you.
Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Got you. See, I couldn't explain that.
Yeah, you got to be on the right side of everything at the right moment in time.
All right, where are we? Okay, 7. In those days, right, In those days, Moshe, the son of Aram in Midian, took Zipporah, the daughter of Ruel, the Midianite, for a woman. And Zipporah walked in the ways of her daughters, of Yaakov. She was nothing short of the righteous of Sarah. Wow.
Oh, so she considered herself. I'm Hebrew. Like, I don't care what y'all say. I'm Yahuwah. Do
just
what
like
you
Joseph's
want.
son. I don't care that my mama is an Egyptian. I'm Hebrew.
I ain't trying to listen to y'all. I identify with Yahuwah's people.
She pulled a Ruth before Ruth was here.
Yes.
Your God is going to be my God.
Yes.
Your people are going to be my people.
Yes, and even remember that when Esau goes against Moab, Yahuwah said, no, I got a plan. You're not finna wipe out Moab. I got a plan. I got to get Ruth here.
Yes, because Ruth is here.
I got to get Ruth here.
She dangling and never mind.
But she ain't here. Yeah. She ain't here yet.
Right.
I got to get her here because Mashiach is coming through her.
That's right.
So I'm going to need you to lay low, boo.
That's right. Ruth got to get there.
See, he knows all this.
Mm-hmm. See, you're right. All right. So I'll read 8 again because it sounds so good.
Yeah.
She was grafted in. Oh, I'm sure James is like, oh, James, boy, I can see your finger texting.
And remember what I told y'all? This is who Sephora, the store, the makeup store.
How in the world, though?
After her.
How?
And
they don't even come close.
And sometimes when they get to like acting crazy with me, I'll be saying in my mind, look, your store named after my auntie. Don't have me pull rank up in here. But I be wanting to say that. Mm-mm.
How in the world?
But they never show like a picture.
Yeah,
because I went looking what they got. Let me see what they think she looked like, but they don't show no picture. They just said she was beautiful, and that's why we named her.
Yeah,
sure did.
Not with all the stuff that you be putting out in products and all the stuff that's in it.
Ain't got nothing to do with Sephora, honey. Sephora.
Ain't got a lick of character of Sephora.
But again, they know.
They do. That's why they pick.
They invoking a name.
Wow. All right. Verse 8. And Zipporah walked in the ways of the daughters of Yaakov. She was nothing short of the righteous of Sarah, Rebekah, Rachel, and Leah. And Zipporah conceived and bore a son, and he called his name Gershom. For he said, I was a stranger in a foreign land, but he circumcised not his foreskin, at the command of Ruel, his father-in-law.
See, now Ruel's getting a little scary.
Yeah.
I mean, he was bold in front of Pharaoh. He said, no, please don't circumcise because people going to know he Hebrew and they going to associate him and then they go try to kill him. He probably thinking all this crazy stuff when what did Yahuwah say? 8 days circumcise him.
Yes.
And they wouldn't do it. He hearkened to this ain't Ruel's son. It's your son, boo.
Oh.
It's your son. And he didn't do it.
Okay, so now you can potentially put the baby at risk. Okay, well, 10. And she conceived again and bore a son, but circumcised his foreskin and called his name, say this name? Eliezer. For Moshe said, because the Elohim of my fathers was my help and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh.
So the firstborn is not circumcised, but the second one, I guess Moshe said, this one.
We ain't doing, we doing this.
I'm not listening to you on this one.
Yeah. And Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, greatly increased the labor of the children of Yasharel in those days and continued to make his yoke heavier upon the children of Yasharel.
So it's like the split screen. He was saying, while this is all going on, Pharaoh's still acting up over here.
Dang. Oh my, I mean, when you think there's no way to make something even worse, you just find a way.
You find a way. With your little short self.
I mean, you took petty to extreme. and he ordered a proclamation to be made in Mitzrayim saying, give no more straw to the people to make bricks with. Let them go and gather themselves straw as they can find it. Also, the tally of bricks which they shall make, let them give each day, and diminish nothing from them, for they are idle in their work.
And that's weird because he also, so first his father said it. took the kids. Now he's saying, which means now he like say in his father's day it was 50. So now he's saying now they got to make 55 bricks a day. So it gets more. So by the time Moshe get there, they're gonna add some more to it. So he's adding to that, which means they're taking more children.
Yes, because he ain't stopping that.
Yeah,
and he know they can't complete it.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all know this sound familiar. And the children of Yasharel heard this, and they murmured and sighed, and they cried unto Yahuwah on account of the bitterness of their souls. And Yahuwah heard the cries of the children of Yasharel, and saw the oppression with which the Mitzrayim oppressed them. And Yahuwah was jealous of his people and his inheritance, and heard their voice. And he resolved to take them out of the affliction of Mitzrayim, to give them the land of Canaan for a possession.
Like you said, he determined it's time.
Yes. And anybody want to know, I feel like this jealous is not as we believe it to be. But anybody else want to guess on that? You think?
Wait, say it again.
Says, and Yahuwah was jealous of his people and his inheritance.
Because someone else is ruling over them but him. That's what I'm starting to think like,
I needed some, okay.
That's what
I knew it didn't mean like
You're not like I'm jealous of you, but they're my people.
That fits more.
Yeah.
That's more fitting. Thank you for that. 79. And in those days, Moshe was feeding the flock of Ruel, the Midianite, his father-in-law, beyond the wilderness of Sin. What is that? Sin. It's going to be Ciyyn.
I believe that, yeah.
And the stick which he took from his father-in-law was in his hand.
So he got Moshe has the stick.
And it's with him everywhere he's going.
Him, the sapphire stick.
Yes.
You need to follow the stick.
Linda said, just like the Most High is looking now and we're crying out. Absolutely.
Exactly.
Absolutely. Yeah. Okay. And it came to pass one day that a kid goat strayed from the flock, and Moshe pursued it, and it came to the mountain of Elohim to Horeb. And when he came to Horeb, Yahuwah appeared there unto him in the thorn bush, and he found the thorn bush burning with fire, but the fire had no power over the thorn bush to consume it.
So now we there.
Now we
know it was a thorn bush that's on fire. We know how he got there, how he saw it.
Oh, that makes sense because
now it's bam.
That makes sense where he has his own sapphire stick. This is so important. I don't know why, but I feel like it is. Like he needed that to be there at that moment.
That's the stick.
That's the stick
that
of
ate
creation.
Up the other snakes.
Yes.
That is the rod of creation.
Let me see. Rungi goes on to say, like someone tells your baby to do something that's against what you tell them, then we got to remind the person who their mama is.
Yeah.
Facts. Thank you, but no, ma'am, that's not what I told him to do.
Yeah. I'm always getting in trouble with Genesis, because Genesis be getting me. I'll be like, did you get me in trouble with your mama again?
I'll be like, listen. I'm like, don't you play us. Me and Daddy a team. We tag teaming it, okay? Wow. So now we're at the same thing.
Yep.
We're here. Shall I continue to read? Because
I'm gonna say yes because this part right here
needs to be okay.
But okay, so he's sending him all. So read to 7. Read to verse 7.
Okay.
Right now.
All right. Let's see. What was that? 4. And Moshe was greatly astonished at this sight, wherefore the thorn bush was not consumed. And he approached to see this mighty thing, and Yahuwah called unto Moshe out of the fire and commanded him to go down to Mitzrayim, to Pharaoh, king of Mitzrayim, to send the children of Yasharel from his service. And Yahuwah said unto Moshe, Go, return to Mitzrayim, for all those men who sought your life are dead. And you shall speak unto Pharaoh to send forth the children of Yasharel from his land. And Yahuwah showed him to do signs and wonders in Egypt before the eyes of Pharaoh and the eyes of his subjects, in order that they might believe that Yahuwah had sent him. And Moshe hearkened to all that Yahuwah had commanded him, and he returned to his father-in-law and told him the thing. And Ruel said to him, Go in peace.
Okay.
Oh, but you got to read this one before we go.
No, only the reason why I don't.
No, but you got to.
No, I know. I'm just, let me explain why. Because in Exodus, we haven't got to the signs yet. Like, this is a shortened version of the one in Exodus. Remember, you had to do the hand, and I'm going to show you this, and then this comes. Then he goes to Ruel and tells him, and then this happens. So it says, and Moshe rose up to go.
No. But my Bible is different than your Bible. No, my Bible is different. You got and Moshe, but I don't have that. And what page are you on? See, and I'm on 538. You on 557. Yeah.
Don't play with me. You got a false prophet Bible.
No. So that's why I was saying, like, that you're no longer going to be on here.
What did he do? He get on my nerves.
He bust me out. Talking about Cliff.
Finally, when I catch on, we get busted.
I'm gonna need some Cliff ideas. I'm gonna need somebody inbox me. Okay.
That was actually pretty good.
That was a good one.
I didn't know. I thought you was really looking like that.
Okay.
Because I usually don't know. So I'm sure we got some people.
Right.
Y'all need to write a letter.
Yeah, Linda, Lolo said, nah, she trying to clip. So y'all, so now that we have the inserts from Jasher, we're gonna go back to Exodus and press play on Moshe being at the burning bush, and we're gonna see where y'all take them.
And it's gonna be a little bit of a yeah.
I like that because that said it all.
With a little bit of
Reading rainbow. That was such a kid-friendly move. Oh man, let me see the Cliff and Mini Fantasy Island boys. I mean, listen, I can't wait. I want to see. Now, I don't even know where we left off.
At the burning bush.
I don't know what verse that is. Chapter.
I think. Let me see. Nope.
Quick, who knows where the cliff is in Exodus?
I thought I had it. Sanctified to be what?
I think we were only in 3.
We were up like short. Oh yeah, because here's he fed his flock.
Yep,
He
there
turned
it is.
aside
There it
to
is.
see.
Verse 3. Okay, I have to make sure.
Yeah, he said, "Who am I?" Oh, we right here, I think.
Yeah.
No,
no, because you read to 7, right?
Yeah. So we on verse 3.
Yeah.
Chapter 3. I'm sorry. Chapter 3 for tomorrow, y'all.
Yeah.
And 7.
Yeah.
Well,
all that happens.
All of that. How many? So we started in Jasher 61, and we didn't get done to 77.
All that happened, and all we read was the first
3 chapters.
We didn't even finish.
No, we didn't finish 3. The first 2 chapters, and we didn't miss all of that.
All that.
And how is these books uninspired? That's the question.
How is the rod of creation not important? How is that not important in this whole thing? Come on, it's Yahweh. It got his name on it.
But then they don't want it. They don't want us to know who it belongs to.
Yeah,
because it's Yahuwah's, but we are his chosen people, so it's technically ours too, in a sense.
Oh, most definitely,
yes.
It's definitely ours, and it is going to return to who it belongs to.
They don't want us to know that.
Yep. Oh my, yeah.
Because it's probably somewhere, and they can't even touch it.
It's stuck until the righteous hand,
until who's supposed to get it.
Oh,
wherever
wow.
it is.
What you say?
I was about to say in the feet, like that's what it said. But I think it's still buried.
I mean, we don't know where it's at yet. We don't know
where
who
it
he
is.
gave it to after, because Moses don't stay alive forever.
No.
But
I
you
know
ain't
that,
finna know. You not finna know.
Yeah, they ain't gonna talk about
But
it.
I believe it ended up in David's hand. That's why he's saying, thy rod and thy staff have comforted me. David had that at one point. I don't know who got it after him, but then I think it got carried either, like you said, Yahuwah buried it, because remember at one time he had buried the ark so nobody could find it.
Well, no, but then they get buried when Mashiach when they crucified him.
Why do you think the rod was there?
Oh no! Wait.
You thinking of Adam?
Hey,
Adam was there?
No, he's thinking about Noah or Shem.
Then we read about what the place where Mashiach was crucified.
Adam is buried underneath.
Yeah,
Adam don't have the stick. The stick wasn't buried with him.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Well, that's my.
I think the last person that we know had it is David.
Listen.
And I believe that's that. One of them is thy rod and thy staff.
Listen, Dad said, "Come on, Dr. Norwood."
Yeah.
And Auntie Carolyn said, "You just made that whole Psalms real different."
Yes.
Read real different.
Yes. He said, I got your rod with me.
That's crazy. And what's crazy is all of this happened in 2 chapters.
Hey, man, that do make sense, though.
Yeah. It had to probably got passed down to, because that promise was made to David. Wow. Mashiach is coming through you.
Wow. I know, right? The more you think about it, it's like,
yeah,
man, because then like when you like say the Lord's Prayer, it's like it's what you just say, without even intentionally thinking, like, oh, that might be the staff.
Wow. Wow. Did Aaron have to wait? Let me see. She said, did Aaron have it too?
Well, they were both together. So sometimes he would hand to Aaron and Aaron would throw it down. But Moshe has the stick.
Wow.
Because they both Levites.
So. Yeah, they're both Levites. Yeah, Levites.
Wow. That is amazing, y'all. I am encouraged. Listen, don't be, I forget, a lot of people don't. Listen, if I mention any of this stuff in prayer call, you know, somehow I got to work this in my prayer.
Because our history is so rich and it is so connected to Yahuwah. And that's something that they just could not afford to let us know.
They'd rather take out 9 chapters and just give us cliff notes. Mm-hmm. And then we were like preaching the heck out of the 3 chapters they gave us. We put people that wasn't even there, okay, in there.
We did all kind of stuff.
And we were satisfied with that, but no more.
And all we had to know was this.
This would have changed the trajectory of our life.
It would have.
It really would have.
Yeah. Yes.
We wouldn't be in the state.
We'd be looking for our stick. Where's our rod at? Who got it?
We would have been respecting one another. Mm-hmm. Like all the stuff, like how she said, "Oh, you don't want to mess with him. You don't. Mm-hmm. You think that Yah wouldn't preserve that man after all the stuff he's been doing for his ancestors?" Mm-hmm. Listen, we wouldn't.
That's why they don't want us crying out. They don't want us saying we Hebrew.
That's why they pacify us.
Too much power.
They're making a ruckus. They're creating. They're doing this. They're doing that. They're give them a pacifier. Tell them something else.
Too much noise, too much praise.
Bait them.
But that's why they trying to debunk and water down the fact that we are Hebrew.
Yeah.
Because once you figure out who you are, then all of this stuff will read different and make more sense.
All the promises.
Yeah.
Yep.
They start obeying. Oh no, Torah.
Yeah. And mind you, everything that we do, they try to include everybody else with it. and try to make it seem like, oh, race doesn't matter. Like
now all of a sudden
and all that. But like,
but when that's why it's not cool for you to say, oh yeah, I'm a person of color. Don't you do that.
Yeah.
Don't you identify as a person of color, because they erase who the real people are.
Or they get to say in the state of Israel. No, Israel is not a state. Boo. That's noise. Bye.
That's what I mean. Like, hush them up, hush them up, hush them up.
Because they're trying to say the 400 years has been up in 1940 when the Yasharites start coming. No, that's the whole Balfour Agreement. No, when they made Israel a state again, it ain't never been a state.
Yeah.
A state belongs to something.
Ooh, the lies they tell, the lies I tell. They tell. Lolo says, laugh out loud. I be waking with my you must be mean walking with, okay, got you. I'll be walking with my stick when I walk around my neighborhood for protection. Hector be saying, man, you a true Hebrew with that stick. Oh, you gotta take a picture and send it to me. It all makes sense.
Hector, you know who else? Oh, Hector probably ain't on it, but this is this other lady, the little Bethanites to know, Mama Rosa. She like, well, no, she is 100 right now. She probably like 105. She
here?
Yeah, she live in Antioch.
Oh,
she walk around with her stick, like she walk everything. You be amazed.
She 104. She 100. She 104.
Oh,
104.
Wow. She walks. She got a bat, a stick, something. You're not gonna mess with her.
Well, listen, y'all. We love y'all. Y'all already know that. Please make sure you like this video, because y'all know how they be hating. And share it to your platforms if you're able to do so. We'll see you the same time.
Right. Yeah. Melanin time.
There you go. 6 p.m. Shalom.
Shalom.